Manchester United's huge Jadon Sancho cut price, take him off our hands offer to anybody, but namely Chelsea, Raheem Sterling, and where we're at with that situation. Manuel Ugarte is all done. Scott McTominay completed at Napoli. Your midday update ahead of the Europa League draw this lunchtime. This is Forever United TV. I'm Adam. Welcome along to the show, everybody. Thank you for coming along and joining us on this live stream before the Europa League draw, going over everything Manchester United news in this transfer window, which has turned out to be a bit of a damp squib, let's be honest. We was after a little bit of excitement on the final day, but when you're an organised outfit like United are these days, it doesn't usually happen that way. And it does look like United are just trying to offload Sancho now, and that will be us done. Window over. Good window. Let's move forward. We want to give you all the information of what's actually going on because there has been updates on Sancho since we was at Carrington this morning, live, looking at the players driving into Carrington, trying to give you your morning report from there. Thank you for joining us earlier on. Just something a little bit different to mix it up, try and get a bit more excitement going on the transfer deadline day because it has sort of cooled off a little bit now, excitement-wise. But hey, we're all about the football right now, and I think the window finishing, Europa League draw being made, everyone starts to focus on what's actually really important right now. Please do give the video a like, guys. Let's get over another 1,000 likes on this video, everyone. Thank you. And please do make sure that 50% of you that aren't subscribed, do hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that bell notification button for all your updates in pre-season, in-season, matchday content, everything we got you covered here on Forever United TV. Well, it is transfer deadline day. Let's talk about what's actually happening. And yes, United are not the most, let's just say, watched club right now. There's always one club that everyone's got their eyes on deadline day. Now, there has been some interesting developments over the last few hours. That being the Saudi Pro League have woken up. Osimhen and Toney, two forward targets for Chelsea, have been taken. And they're on their way to the Saudi Pro League. A bit of an anticlimax for Ivan Toney. Osimhen got plenty to offer, but wow, like seriously, go chase your money, mate, over there. What a waste of career. Absolute no ambition whatsoever for me. But what that does do is open up a different sort of realm of talking now with Chelsea and Manchester United, because Jadon Sancho, really, when you look at it, is the only offer or the only option left in terms of the targets that Chelsea had for a forward player. They're still trying to offload Raheem Sterling. Now, Sky have said that Raheem Sterling has spoken to Arsenal, he's spoken to Arteta, and that deal could happen. He's now favourite to land at Arsenal as another attacking option there at the Emirates Stadium. So, Chelsea getting rid of Kepa, getting rid of Sterling, getting rid of a few other players, not being able to get Osimhen, not being able to get Toney. Jadon Sancho is now a realistic option. We know what Maresca has said about Jadon Sancho, and Manchester United, according to The Athletic, have dropped Jadon Sancho's price. They just want rid of the player. Now United, they want him out of the door, they want him gone, and they're looking to get a permanent deal done. So whereas we thought yesterday, and it was more likely that United would do a swap deal and bring Sterling in, it now looks like United are just trying to offload Jadon Sancho by any means, just get him out of the door and get this window finished and over. There may be a loan that comes in, probably, I'm guessing, later on tonight. If we don't get any developments over the next couple of hours, I can feel some form of loan setup going on, because I think it's been made clear that Ten Hag doesn't want Jadon Sancho at the football club. I was told yesterday that he still thinks that he has got nothing to account for. He's no blame in the situation at all. He's sticking to his guns. The problems that were there before have all been masked over just for the publicity side of things. Sancho is still an issue. Ten Hag wants him out of the football club. It's as simple as that. He wants him gone. So, United now, with Ineos trying their best to get rid of Jadon Sancho, they're hoping that this 25 million price drop, a lot of people, I've seen Graham comment in the comment section there as well, have said, look, I would have taken 25 million for Jadon Sancho at the start of the window. To be honest, I'd have taken around about 25, 30 million myself. I think we were talking about that, if I can remember rightly. If I went back to some of the older videos at the start of this window, you could easily say in them videos that we were looking at getting rid of Jadon Sancho for whatever we could. If someone is going to give Man United money, we're going to sell Jadon Sancho for 25 million and save them big wages, then you could easily say that this is the best window that we've had in well over a decade. And like we said earlier on as well, don't count out a player like Rabiot coming in, who's a free agent, who can be brought into the club after the window closes because of the free agent market and things like that. That can happen at any point, and he's in a good position for that. But yeah, really, right now you're looking at the options for Chelsea, and I think that's why we're talking up Jadon Sancho. It's like, he's the only name left. I'm sick of putting pictures of him up. I'm sick of his face. But he has been Manchester United hot topic right now. We know that everything else is out of the way and comfortably done. Ugate is signed and registered, so he'll be available. More than likely be on the bench against Liverpool on Sunday. Can train with the squad. So everything that we needed to be done and get done is out of the way. We're now just looking and focusing on what deal can we get for Jadon Sancho. Get him out of our hair and out of the way. If United can get 25 million together, then you're looking there like United recouping around about 130 million quid, never mind euros, 130 million quid in player sales over this summer. It would be an absolute miracle, and we would have money to spend in January. So, whereas people are having a little bit of a panic right now, look, we've got more than enough squad right now at our disposal to attack this first half of this season. Up until January. And when that January window opens, I think United may actually have a little bit of room to play with when it comes to bringing in extra players. Let's not forget, Yarrow will be back around December, January time as well, so there's another player and more cover coming in there. And obviously some of the younger lads might have come through as well and broken through into the side. So if United have got that extra money from Jadon Sancho there available to him in January, then we could go in and get another player if needed. I honestly feel like United are totally comfortable with the situation right now, barring Jadon Sancho. Everything else that they needed to get done is done. A few more of the younger players have left the football club on loan, and everybody is where they need to be to attack the season. United are positioned well. We've got the draw at lunchtime today, like we just said, which is going to be exciting to see where we're travelling in this new format of Europa League football. And I feel really good about where we're at right now. I do. I just hope that they can get rid of Sancho. I mean, I will give massive props to Ineos if they get money for Sancho. And let's not forget, that's 13 million near enough a year off the books in wages and 25 million for an actual a transfer fee. If that happens, then you've got to stand up and applaud Ineos for the work that they've done. That would be absolutely huge if they could get that over the line and out of the way. But it's a long way to go. There's a few hours. As you've seen earlier on this morning, I've seen a few of you commenting regarding us being outside Carrington this morning and loving the content and the show. We love bringing it to you. It was great. It was nice to get out and about and do something a bit different. I just wanted to mix it up and bring a little bit of excitement back, because I do feel like it is going to be one of them dull transfer deadline days, especially for United. We're not bothered. We're really not bothered. All we're looking at now is that draw later on, and obviously the game against Liverpool this weekend. But we were there, we were looking at the players. We had someone at the gate at the other end of the entrance to Carrington telling us who had come in there, and there was no Victor Lindelof and no Jadon Sancho, unless they were hidden away in them blacked out Mercedes cars. It's basically, it's all to do with, I think, trying to make sure that they give nothing away at this stage. It is all under wraps, everything. So when we were there outside Carrington, like, there was a few Mercedes cars that came in, blacked out windows. We don't know who was in them. Couldn't say. We've seen Vival arrive. We've seen Wilcox. We've seen Omar Barada. The only person we didn't see of note, and he could have come in the other way, was Dan Ashworth. So all of Ruud's coaching staff was there. All of Ten Hag's coaching staff, including Van Nistelrooy, all of the directors, everybody was there. So it was a women's team, the under-21s, the under-18s, the first team. Everyone was in Carrington this morning. Normal day for a lot of people, but everybody was there in terms of the important people for a transfer window, and that being the likes of Vival, Wilcox, Barada, all of these. So what happens and what discussions go on in them next few hours are very important. And like we said, while we was there, we were on the lookout for who came in, and we seen pretty much everybody apart from Jadon Sancho and Victor Lindelof. Now, there has been reports saying that it looks a bit too late for Lindelof to leave. We've seen Eriksen arrive as well, so it's going to have to take some last gasp effort from the football club, and maybe they've brought them players in just to say, look, this is what we're doing. You're now heading out here. This is the move that's going to be happening. We don't know. We'll wait and see. But the way it's going and the calmness around Carrington is that everything is done. apart from Jadon, and it was very, very interesting to see that everyone was there apart from Jadon Sancho at training this morning. And that's just from what we seen. Watching every single car come in, we definitely did not see Jadon Sancho arrive at Carrington this morning. No doubt that United will put pictures out later, and Jadon Sancho may have been smuggled in round the back to save any sort of controversy or anything like that, and I look like a bit of an idiot. But hey, look, from what we've seen, Jadon wasn't there, and we are now looking at the last hours of this transfer window, and United, with this news coming from The Athletic, have a cut down 25 million price tag on Jadon Sancho's head, that we can hopefully get him gone and we can move forward finally. But it's a big if, because Chelsea, I think right now, looking to move Sterling onto Arsenal, not going to have a lot of money. Or will they have money to spend now and take Jadon Sancho in on the permanent deal? Look, if they're going to back Maresca, this is the best time for Manchester United to get Jadon Sancho gone, because he wants him. He loves him. He loves that type of player. Let him go and cook over there at Chelsea. Get him out of Manchester United, and we could maybe use that money later down the line, like I said. But right now, it looks like there is a possibility, with everything that's happened with Osimhen and Tony, that Sancho could end up going to Chelsea. Even if it is a loan with an obligation, I think that's what United would do. They would make sure that there was an obligation. Juventus, as far as they're concerned, are out of the picture right now, and United are only dealing with Chelsea. Juventus failed miserably. And honest to God, I just don't want to do business with that football club ever again. They're absolutely worthless. They haven't got anything. They never had any intention of getting Jadon Sancho over the line. And I don't care what people are saying Motta really wants him. No, he doesn't. Otherwise, you'd have prioritised getting him ahead of Gonzalez and Conceição, wouldn't you? So, no. They were just playing at it all along, thinking that they could get a good deal out of Manchester United, and credit to Ineos, standing their ground and telling them where to go. This isn't the freeloading football club that it once was. And you're going to have to pay what we want to take a player away from us now. I've put a poll in the chat for you guys to get involved in if you're watching later on or just tuning in. Simple one. Would you take 25 million for Sancho at this stage of the window? 82% of you have said yes. Take the money and go. Let's get as many votes in that as possible, everybody. So keep voting on that. But yeah, Jadon Sancho, just to update you if you have just joined us, now in communication with United and Chelsea over a move to Stamford Bridge. It looks like it's the only option. The Athletic have reported that United would take as little as 25 million for Jadon Sancho in getting into Chelsea, because they have no other targets that it can go for. So, I mean, for other clubs, pretty exciting afternoon ahead. For United, just that one. Club announcement for Ugarte and Scott McTominay, and we'll get a thank you letter, no doubt, and a thank you message from Scott. And all of that jazz, but everything is pretty much done, and everything is where it needs to be. We're just waiting to see if someone does take the plunge and go for Jadon Sancho. But if no pictures come out, I can actually see Jadon Sancho not being at Carrington this morning and possibly being ready to go wherever. I think personally, he will end up going to Chelsea now. That Chelsea have got no other options out there. I mean, yeah, they can go and try and find someone else, but we know that they want him, and their big two targets have both gone to Saudi. Juventus, like people, I think people in the chat there are saying that Sky is saying that Juventus is still there. Yeah, they have to say that. But realistically, in the position they were in and how far down the negotiations they were with United, for them to now be saying, no, we're going to have to put this on hold, I'm sorry, no, it just doesn't look likely. I do think that the Italian transfer window shuts later than the English Premier League one, though. So maybe that will play into United's hands a little bit as well. So we will see. I'll see on that one if it does, and if they come in with a late one. But let's just see how this pans out now. It's pretty straightforward. So yeah, all we need to do is look after ourselves, make sure that the offer's right for us. Otherwise, like we've said before in previous streams, we'll just let Jadon Sancho rot. He's not willing to take a pay cut. He's not willing to move. He's not willing to accept any blame whatsoever for his part in what happened with Ten Hag last season still, according to sources at the club. And United are now in a position where they can comfortably do whatever they want with him because business is done. And I think Sancho and his people need to have a look at that probably more than anything and say, look, that United really are not in a difficult position right now. Are we going to sit it out here for a full season again? Because, yeah, you can wait until January, but again, United with Ineos are not going to buckle like we did last season for Dortmund and giving them Jadon Sancho for practically nothing and paying his wages. So, really, I'm hoping that Jadon Sancho's representatives are looking at the situation and going, you know what, we do need to actually commit to something quite quickly here. So, I think Chelsea can afford 25 million after what's been sold. And I'm hoping that is a deal that happens. Anything permanent and anything that just gets him gone with money in the bank and the headache off the cards for United, then I think is the best outcome. I'm going to come to the chat now and get your opinions on everything going down. Well over 1,200 in the room with us. Only 200 likes though, guys. Surely we can get them likes up near 500 for the amount of people that are in the room. Please do give the video a like. Make sure you are subscribing. We're only 29 subscribers away from that 57,000 subscriber mark, guys. So please do get them subscribe buttons pressed. Make sure you hit your notifications as well. Sell him to Chelsea. He's a brat. If he does well there, I still won't change. It still won't change the fact that I love United. Yes, I hope Sancho is pushing also to leave. He must take a pay cut. That from Lebcon. Breen says, sorry, not him. Brian says, he disrespected the fans at the club. We need to do everything possible to get rid. He was trying to sprint to training, but he forgot where he puts his PS controller. That was from A. Sancho must have been worst buy in the club has ever made. Oh, there's a few challenging for that title, I think. Samuel says Sancho is not a bad player, just the attitude is bad. Selling him to Chelsea is a mistake. He will thrive there. Will he? Has anyone thrived at Chelsea? Honestly, I'm thinking just send him there. Let them deal with the headaches. Because how long will Maresca last? Yeah, let him go. Like, look, right now we can't even be thinking about how well he's going to do elsewhere. We just need to do what's best for us. And I think what's best for us is best for Ten Hag. Give this team and the manager no excuses going in. Look, every single headache that was there has gone. And now just go and produce. We've got a very, very strong squad. Just watching them cars drive in this morning, you actually realise, like, damn, we got some good players. And we have got a big squad. A very big squad. And just seeing Lenny Yoro drive in right at the end as we finished up and then signing a load of pictures. It tells you where we're at. Like Lenny Yoro driving himself in. Like 18-year-olds recovery time. We may even see Lenny Yoro before January. So it's all a massive, massive positive right now for Manchester United. And with the draw this lunchtime and all of that coming up as well, it's just time to be excited and looking forward to what this team can produce. And I know that a lot of the fans are really expecting that bar to be raised this season because we have got enough in this squad, I feel. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how we actually manage it and how we rotate this squad and use the depth that we have now got in it. The way Sancho has acted and played at Manchester United will affect his whole career. Lazy, bad attitude player just like that. Jesse Lingard. Chelsea, we buy anyone FC, says Stephen. Yes. What's going on with the Ugarte? We need to register him before 12 o'clock or nothing yet. And nothing yet. This club. Don't worry, Tom. It's all done. Romano has already said it's already done. United don't need to announce it before... announce it a similar time to registering. Look, he would have already been registered with the Premier League. United are picking and choosing when they actually officially announce it. So, yeah. Romano has said that Ugarte is done, everything is signed, and he is eligible for the game against Liverpool this weekend. So United have got business done. And yes, United have everything that they need to have done with the Premier League for players coming in. Everyone, including Ugarte, is available, obviously, for the game against Liverpool this weekend. So no drama there. The announcement will come today. But in terms of the question on registering him to be available... He will be there, and we're expecting him probably to be on the bench, probably more than anything. So, yes, Ugarte in, official, signed up, ready to go. The pictures and everything else will probably come in good time. Scott McTominay, like we said earlier on today, his price has actually risen to 30 million quid now. That's what Napoli will be paying in total. So that's 25 million rising to 30 million total for Scott McTominay. So we keep making money, bits and bits and bits all of the time, and it's really good news for United right now. And now we've done business, because I do think we can be active in January with this. Or do we just save everything up and then go absolutely crazy next summer? Because United, I think, next summer, everyone's going to be watching them even more, because there are some massive decisions next summer. Like, the headaches so far for this window are done. The obvious ones are going to be drifting out next summer, likes of Lindelof gone. Harry Maguire, I think, will go. A big question on Marcus Rashford next summer. That will come about again. So United have positioned themselves, I feel, really well with this window. Going into the season, it's all on Ten Hag, like we discussed. But I feel like we've actually got ourselves ready for next summer, which I think will be even bigger for Manchester United. And I think that's what we need to look at. Again, and I've said this before, like, they're future-proofing Manchester United's windows in EOS in what they're doing. And I think that is exactly what they have done. And I just look forward now to seeing what we do in January if we need to, because we've actually done good business this summer. And really having a good season, and then looking if we can improve on top of that in the next window. But no excuse at all. Let's just see what else we've got in the chat with you guys. Kevin says, I would take Rabiot in if possible. Not sure we will low. Either way, 9 out of 10 window. Now over to Eric Ten Hag to sort the team out. Start the new lads, Eric, says Kevin. Agree with that one. Sancho is not Manchester United. Pull the ripcord and accept the loss. 25 million can be reinvested in deadline day. Maybe a bit too late now. Don't think there's anyone else out there that we were actually looking at forward-wise. I think next summer, what United are going to buy, another centre-back, another midfielder, and another centre-forward and a full-back. I think they're the 4 signings for next summer. They're the key areas, I feel, that United will invest in, because big decisions will be made. You guys have seen the pictures of Tiro Malacia training now, running around the cones. His recovery is in full swing now, so he will be available in a couple of months to help bolster the squad numbers as well, which is really good. Hopefully this will now push Shaw on to getting his acting gear as well. Let's see what else we've got chat-wise. Please do give the video a like, guys. We're creeping up to that 300 mark. Over 1,400 in the room. Absolutely amazing numbers again on deadline day, guys. Really appreciated all of your input throughout this window. It's been amazing, guys. Thank you. Where did this presenter get information from the club that it's going to be an even bigger transfer next summer? Ten Hag has bought in 16 players thus far. He needs to deliver now. I didn't say I got information from the club, mate. I just said I feel myself personally that it will be. I think we're positioning ourselves to be. By the way, I did say 5 players that we would buy this summer. We have got 5 first-team players, so I got that right. That was another good guess. I just like to put everything into focus, like the obvious. Use the facts, and it usually tells you a story. That's how I work, and I love your input on it. So it's not always me getting information direct. It's actually just looking at the state of play. Like, Sancho goes into 1 year left next season. Ten Hag actively wants him out. We know this. Sancho also is still not apologising for what he did. So the whole sort of Saurian saga around Sancho and him coming back to United has really been just a cover-up to try and move him on this summer. And then you look at the contracts that are running out, like Lindelof and Maguire will be gone next summer. United need another centre-back in, because Evans will also be gone. So United are going to lose another 3 centre-backs next summer. So we're going to need at least 1 more, which will leave us with Yoro, De Ligt, Martinez, and that new signing next summer. And in midfield, obviously, we're probably going to move Casemiro on. So we need another midfielder. And yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting to see what Ten Hag says in his press conference at 1:30 today. So we've got all of the morning of the transfer window. We've got the draw at 12 o'clock for the Europa League, which is going to be exciting on its own. And then we've got Ten Hag's press conference at 1:30, which we'll be touching on. And we'll be back, obviously, through different spells of the day. We are live at 6:30 as well, guys, tonight, usual time. Whether or not anything else is going to go on in the meantime, we'll have that covered as well. But it is all, like we said, top of the show. It's all revolving around Jadon Sancho right now and where United are going to be moving. I don't think they're going to use the Sancho money if they sell him. And if they loan him, there will be an obligation, I'm guessing, because United have pulled away and turned off the talks with Juventus because they wouldn't commit to what they wanted. So Chelsea will have to. And I think with moving Raheem Sterling on and moving all the other players on that Chelsea have done, yes, you can say João Felix has come in, but that's still not enough for them, I don't think. I mean, really, what have you got there up front for Chelsea right now? You're probably looking at you're probably looking at Felix, you're looking at Palmer, and then if you brought Jadon Sancho in on the left, I would say that was the perfect front three for Maresca. I think that's what he's looking at. So I really do think that Sancho will go to Chelsea. I'm not going to say if it's a fee or if it's a loan right now. I still won't take loan out of it, but I think United will make some money off this. And I think we will be looking at Sancho never wearing a United shirt ever again, which is a good thing. It is, especially while Ten Hag is in situ. Let's see what else we've got in the chat. Would take 25 for Sancho, but not to one of our rivals. Honestly, I really don't care at the moment. Let him go. I think there's better players at Chelsea than Sancho, but Maresca likes that type of player like I just described. Right now, United just need to think of themselves. If we get our own ship in order, then we can start looking at rivals. But right now, honestly, I just think don't worry about what Chelsea are doing. Take what you can for Jadon Sancho, make this deal happen, and then we'll move on from there. And I think that's what we need to do. Liverpool been firing on all cylinders this pre-season. Man United fans really think they have a chance. Helga, yep, I do. I think we have got a chance against Liverpool. I'm actually going for a United win against Liverpool. We'll talk more about that tomorrow on the shows leading up. By the way, guys, only 22 away from 57,000 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed already and you want to be part of the announcement live here that United are actually, it's not United, that we are going to hit 57,000. I've just seen some news actually come up. I think I just need to double check it. But there is news coming from Sky, I think, that United and a deal. Yep, so Chelsea are edging closer to an agreement with United over the signing of Jadon Sancho. That's come from Sky. Let's just see now. There's more news just coming out. Earlier reports suggesting Manchester United face potential legal hurdles in signing Chido Obi Martin are wide of the mark. They are just waiting on the final Premier League approval for the transfer, part of the standard procedure. So, yeah, no drama with Obi Martin. A few people have been asking that question, so that is done. But the news just coming out right now is that Sky are saying that Sancho to Chelsea is moving very close. So looking very, very good and positive on that side of things in getting rid of Jadon Sancho. And I think it is going to happen. I'm confident it's going to happen. We're manifesting it to happen is what we are. Very close to sealing Sterling swap. No, Sterling is off the table for United. They don't want him. And I'm happy with that. I don't want Chelsea forcing anything on us to make this deal. I think it suits United better if they can spend money made on Jadon Sancho on a player that they want and a player that they want to bring in within the profile that they've been searching for and scouting all summer. So, really, I think this is a better position for United. Look, at the end of the day, United last season, we didn't have Palestra and we didn't have Sancho. They contributed nothing to our season. Both of them players have been sold. United have bought in Joshua Zirkzee. So United's forward line is stronger than what it was last season when you're looking at what's available and what players are going to be registered with the Premier League for the start of the season. That's how you've got to look at it. United are stronger up front. Yes, we've got injuries, but you've got Ahmad, who didn't play any of last season hardly, only into the last, quarter at a push he came in. You've got Zirkzee there, so there's two players more than what we had last season. And you've got, obviously, Marcus Rashford, who needs to prove a point. I'm going to keep saying it. Maybe one day he will actually realise where his career is actually at. He's been left out of the England squad again. If this isn't tapping home and actually... Carsley was blunt, wasn't he? In terms of Rashford and likes of Maddison, there are players in front of him. But we're watching them still. I like it. I don't mind that kind of work. That's like telling them what's what. Like, up your fucking game. Otherwise, you're going to be out forever and a day. Like, time's ticking for Rashford's England career right now. And he is not in that World Cup squad as it stands. So what does he need to do? He needs to pull his finger out and he needs to start playing some decent football again. And stop feeling fucking sorry for himself. Honestly. That's him. So United, I think, are stronger because of Rashford, in a way. Because it's do or die. I feel like Rashford never gets back in an England squad again if he doesn't turn up this season. And I think if he doesn't turn up this season, Ineos will sell him next summer. That's my prediction for Marcus Rashford. He needs to start proving his worth to this football club again. And I feel that is a positive for United. And Rashford, hopefully, will see this and use it. He's been given chance after chance after chance. And hopefully, hopefully this will be the defining moment for him in his career. And he will start producing again. Because he is a quality player on his day. His day is very few and far between. And the inconsistencies of his game are what everybody puts him up there and pegs him up as that totally overrated player that he is. Which he is, going off what he's produced on the pitch. I agree with that. And you all know my opinion on Marcus Rashford. But I look at it again, just going through what's happened in his transfer window and using him as an example. Ahmad just coming in at the back end of last season, now having a full season. Obviously, Garnacho's more mature. We've got Højlund's second season in. He's more used to everything in the systems now. And obviously, Xerxes in as an extra forward as well. I think United are stronger in the forward line. I think we're stronger in defence. I think we're stronger in all departments right now, apart from midfield, which Ugate is going to give us that extra bit of bite in. So he's an upgrade on Amrabat from last season. And I'm actually quite optimistic in terms of the playing staff and where we're actually at. Greg in with a super chat. Don't tell Sancho, but if he thinks that he's struggling for selection now, have fun at Chelsea, sunshine. 10th choice, his Twitter is going to explode. Let them deal with that. Let them deal with that. Honestly, like, just to get that headache out of the door and know that we've got money for it. Oh, it's just, you know what? Jadon Sancho, if he goes this window, I think Jadon Sancho is proof that right now the era of Woodward is over and Murto and Arnold. That's what it feels like. I feel like right now, what have you got left in terms of headaches and what Murto and Arnold and Woodward and that era have done? What Anthony, Maguire's going to be gone next season anyway. Casemiro, that'll be gone. Obviously, Christian Eriksen will be gone. Lindelof will be gone. So I reckon Ineos' plan of 3 years, if you look what they've done this summer and how brutal they've been and how cutthroat they've been when getting deals done and operating, then they will look at next summer, and I think that's pretty much accomplished. I can see, like, it'd be easier to sell Anthony third year after 3 years of his contract. Like I said, Rashford has got to make up his mind what he wants to do. A big decision for him. And then you're looking at everyone else going that we know will go, definitely. And it's pretty much an era over. I think Sancho right now is key. If he goes, then this is a big step for Manchester United. It will actually say to me, look, this is the turning of a new page for United. The old days and the old regime days have gone with Jadon Sancho. That's how it looks to me. And I think that's what we need to look at. And that's how we need to rate this summer transfer window. I can still see people putting like sevens and 6s out of 10 for this transfer window. I don't get it. Like, when you consider everything, you've just got to say, 1 second. You've got to say, like, 7 out of 10. Why would you say 7 out of 10? You balance everything that's happened this summer and what they've had to deal with. Surely, you have to give it more than that. Do you take everything, like, in personnel and what we've brought in? Very, very good. Strengthened all departments of the pitch, like we said. Defence, midfield, and attack. In terms of players out, headaches gone. Headaches out of the door. Deadwood, underperforming players that have been here for years, out of the door, and actually money made and brought in. Like, if they do sell Sancho I'm sorry. If you're a 7 out of 10 right now, if you sell Sancho, that has to be a minimum 9 out of 10, surely. It has to be. Right. I couldn't wait for Sancho from Dortmund. Big upset, says Stephen Willocks with the super chats. I've just put a poll up right now. I'm deciding whether or not we should just carry on streaming for the Europa League draw as well. Do you guys want to do the Europa League draw and have a bit of a chat over the draw as it goes? Get voting in the poll. If you want to stay on and we can just do the Europa League draw together, let us know, guys. Let us know what you think. No, Adam, it is 7 out of 10, mate. It's not like we signed the best in class. Totally disagree, Leo, for the first time with you, mate. 100% wholeheartedly disagree. Like, you cannot give this window a 7 out of 10 considering the money we had to spend and what we have got done. It has been bleeding miraculous. And I'll never understand people giving it a 7 simply because we haven't brought big names in. Or we've got the best midfielder that we could out there, really, in what we wanted. Top target, number 1. We got the top targets that we wanted at centre-back, apart from Branthwaite. But a lot of people would say that we are lucky to get away with that deal. I think we'll go back in for Branthwaite next summer when Everton get relegated. And that'll be the centre-back coming in when Lindelof and Maguire leave. Then you are pretty much set. If anyone who's on a 7... If we sell Sancho, does that change your mind? Does that change your mind? Does that go up to an 8 or a 9? Surely it does. Come on. Surely it does. Let's flick the TV on, actually. Let's get the Europa League draw ready to rock and roll. I don't know how long it's going to carry on for, to be honest. 9 out of 10. A few 6 at most. Where big names really wanted. Osimhen, says David. Unrealistic. Leo said he's going to up it to an 8 if Sancho goes. We're sort of becoming more friends again, I think, Leo. I'm only joking. But no, I look at it differently. Like, you know what I've been like. I've been all over the transfer window. I've been all over financial fair play, PSR. I put all of that into it. I put PSR right at the front of everything. United needed to balance books, get players off wage-wise, get the right deals in, make sure that Ten Hag has been strengthened to balance the books with the amount of players that we have had to let go as well on a free because the contracts have run out. I think it's been an absolute worldie. Of a transfer window. I really do. And I think we've done amazing business. I'm really happy with it. We are going to just let the Europa League draw run out as well, guys. So we're just going to carry on with the stream. Let's get our thoughts in on the draw and as it happens. Slothbird Beard, 11 out of 10 if Sancho pisses off. Leave Sancho, you're not wanted. I'll keep you a foot of everything that's going on. United Spotlight says 9 out of 10. Ugarte and Delete prove to be good deals. Jury's out on them 2 for me, and jury's out on them 2 for me. And our biggest spends. Euro is a big one, isn't it? Euro is massive. Let's get up to speed with what's happening. Europa League draw. It is live right now. We are watching it. In terms of the teams that are actually involved in this competition, and yes, no Champions League teams. We were debating this before. I mean, I thought it was still Champions League teams dropped down into Europa. No, I was proved wrong. It does not work that way. So, anyone who's in this Europa League draw now, if you're out, you're out. It's the same as the Champions League. If you go out, you don't drop into any of the lesser competitions in Europe. So, you've got to make it through. It is complicated. So basically, if you watch the Champions League draw yesterday, you will have a sort of just of how this actually works with the Europa League and the draw and what happens. So it's just one big league with pots of games. That's the best way we can sort of describe it. So, how it works is you've got 4 pots based on the cohesion So the most European points gathered through results, through history and things like that over the last few years. And then, obviously, United, I think, are second in that. I think they're only behind, is it Roma, I think? Someone like that. So we're in pot 1. So United get drawn out against 8 other teams. So I think we get 2 teams from pot 1, 2 teams from pot 2, 2 teams from pot 3, and then 2 from pot 4. So obviously, as the pots go down, the teams get lesser recognised and are not as difficult a competition. So you'll play 8 games in total, random draw. You'll play 4 at home and you'll play 4 away. You won't play the same team twice in this stage of the competition. So you will play, say for instance, we draw out Roma. We could draw them out of the hat and play them at home. The next game will be away, randomly from one of the other pots, so on and so forth. You get what I mean. It's complicated at first, but I think it adds to excitement. Then every single team that's in the Europa League go into one big league. And I think the top 8 go through automatically. And then I think it's 9 to 24 go into a playoff round where you then have to play off a 2-legged game to get into the knockout phases with the other 8 teams that have already qualified automatically in the top 8. It's it's a calm down, Sim. Good joke, though. So hopefully that sort of plays it out. All you need to know is, up until December, United have got 8 games to play. 4 away from home against 4 different teams. 4 at home against 4 different teams. And we just need to win as many of them games to rank in the top 8 of the whole competition. And then we go through automatically. And we don't have the extra game to play. So, yes, there is a lot more games. It's a lot more complicated, but I think as we go through it, we'll start to understand it. When games get played, obviously, you start to see the league table taking shape and everything works out that way. So, really, it starts to explain itself as it goes along more. But all you need to know is there's 8 games, 2 more than it was last season, and you never play the same team twice in the opening league phase. So, 8 different oppositions. And you just got to rank as high as you possibly can out of every other team in that one big league. I think that pretty much covers it, doesn't it? And it is 12 o'clock now, so we should be getting the stream up and running soon. By the way, guys, we're only 10 subscribers away from actually hitting that magical 57k mark. So please do hit that subscribe button. Keep liking the video as well, guys. We are running through into the Europa League off the back of the news and the transfer updates to keep you completely updated in terms of everything. Eli Harrison is expected to spend some time at Carrington training again, as he will be represented as a Chester player. Manchester United have loaned out academy goalkeeper Eli Harrison as well. That's more news just coming out. The biggest news that we've got so far, and this is the full update from Sky, is that Jadon Sancho to Chelsea edging closer to an agreement with Manchester United. Let's see. No, sorry, just read it out all again. I said it wrong there. Chelsea are edging closer to an agreement with Manchester United over the signing of Jadon Sancho. Ideally, Chelsea need to offload players, with Raheem Sterling one of a number of players being offered to clubs. While United remain open to the idea of Sterling joining, they are not actively pursuing him. Their focus is on Sancho, and they don't need to replace him if he was to leave. Exactly what I said, and Damashev has pretty much summed it all up right there. It is a case of get him out of the door and let's go. Okay, Europa League. We are doing the big usual build-up on TNT right now, the big promo and all the palaver and everything that's going on. But group stages, here we go. It's not actually a group stage like I just described then. It's just one big-ass league. So, yes. Who are you looking forward to getting in this draw? Is anybody actually looking at anyone in here that you want to avoid? Are you looking at as United should be beating anyone in this? I mean, let's get up the teams that are actually in this right now. Let's just see who we've actually got in the pot. Right. Okay, so teams like Ajax probably stand out. Who else have we got in here? Porto, Rangers, Real Sociedad have always been a tough game for us. Galatasaray, obviously, are a hard one. What have we got? Athletic Club in Spain, Fenerbahce as well. Roma, Spurs, FC20, Victoria Pilsen. Yeah, there's quite a lot of these. There's a few decent teams in there, but no one stands out as a massive, massive concern for United in a one-off game. We should be able to take down everyone that's in this competition. I mean, what have we got here now? Like Malmo, Lazio, Hoffenheim, Olympiacos, Nice. That'll be funny. Midtjylland as well. Been there before. Bad memories there. Yeah, looking at everyone who's in this draw, like definitely nothing to fear for Manchester United. 100% nothing to fear. And I do think that this is a competition that United should take seriously now. Here's one for you, actually. Do you feel like United should concentrate on Europa League or League in terms of how they qualify for the Champions League? What do you feel is our best chance of getting into the Champions League? The Europa League or the Premier League? What is our best chance? We had a gifted membership in from London. And that has gone to Z. Welcome to the Members Club, Z. Oh my God, they don't half make this draw. Even with an automatic AI system doing this draw now, they're still making this program last out longer than what it needs to. They really are. But yeah, they're just showing highlights of the competition last year. I've just seen the highlights of Atalanta winning it. That was a good game, that actually. It was a really good game. By the way, guys, there is a link in the chat as well for our watch-along. We're doing the City game tomorrow as well against West Ham. So we're doing a bit of a hate-along tomorrow for that one. So make sure you tune into that. And yeah, in terms of the actual games, it'd be interesting to see which ones we get at home, which ones we get away. I mean, obviously, Ineos and the Glazers are going to be happy with the way that this draw has been laid out this year. Guaranteed 2 extra games, which means, well, the away game, not as much revenue, but big revenue for the home games again. And then we get through. So what you're playing there, near enough, like you've got 4 home games in the league stages. Then you've got the round of 16, so that's 5. Quarterfinals 6, semi-finals 7. So you could get 7 gate receipts out of the Europa League if you go all the way to the final. So big money to be made in terms of gate receipts. And I feel like United will be looking at this also as like taking all of that money, them extra games, and actually looking at this as the best way in to the Champions League. Get your comments in. 4th is a minimum, no more excuses, says Sim. I agree. We should definitely be getting 4th. All out of Europa League will be really tough and requires a lot of variables. Top qualify, top 4/5. I'm not sure, Nick. It's sort of typo central there on that one, mate. Sorry. Based on our European form last season, we have no hope of Europa. I mean, yeah, I think we do. I do. I think United, with the opposition in front of us and the way that the draw is made, I do think that we can win the Europa League. I understand people who are saying, look, prioritise the league. That is your bread and butter. But I just don't think that Ten Hag has got it in him. I think he's got a better chance as a cup manager to actually win the Europa League. Can you imagine we have another shocking season in the league? Ten Hag stays around and we get another trophy. Imagine winning the Europa League after winning the League Cup, the FA Cup and the Europa League. He's pretty much won everything he possibly can. And then all he's got to get is the Champions League and the Premier League after that. But hey, he's going about winning every possible trophy that's available, Ten Hag, isn't he? And that's one thing that Pep can't say. He can't get his hands on that Europa League, can he? It's a joke. Calm down. Anyone who wants to go to the Spurs game as well, our partners at Football Prizes are doing a Where's the actual link? I've lost my link now. Yeah, sorry. I've lost the link. It doesn't matter. I'll go through that later on this evening. Sorry to take a focus away from what was going on there, guys. I thought I had something at hand, and it isn't. But I'll sort it out later on for you guys. Right, come on. 7 subscribers away from that 57k mark. Are we going to get it before the end of this draw? Let's see what happens. They're still talking. Get on with it. We just want to know who we're playing. That's it. I think they're just announcing the people who are actually going to be doing this draw. So what happens is teams out of pot 1 are picked out by hand, and then an AI draw is made for all of the teams and all of the games that that team will play. So, yes. Sounds weirdly complicated, doesn't it? But still. It is what it is with UEFA. Any way of making money and any way of subsidising and trying to give clubs more after them not going with the Super League. This was always on the cards, and we're really not surprised. Not surprised. Okay. We have 2 people on stage now. Is this going to be it? So we're going to get, I think we need one more, don't we? The way that they do this draw. Have you seen the draw yesterday for the Champions League? Cristiano Ronaldo was pressing the button in the middle. I think we had 2 other people. I think it was Sheffrin and Buffon who were picking out the balls for the pot 1 teams. Yeah, it's going to be a similar format exactly again, I think. We need 3 people behind the stage. So just doing the stupid talking bits and then we'll get on with the draw. Adam, if you want Sancho to go, stop saying pots. No, I don't know what that deal is. Sounds like it could be rigged, says Gehan. Andrew says, yes, saw some garbage games over the years in the Europa Cup, Europa League. I just want Champions League qualification. That's the minimum, says Almac. Sterling's not a good player. Nobody will remember Arsenal's second place finish trophy. But still, like, to move up that table, United languishing in 8th and relying on trophies still isn't the way that United should be doing business. We should be looking at it in a different way completely. We need to be finishing as high as possible. Like Graham said there, United should be prioritising the Premier League. I know we should be prioritising the Premier League. We should be prioritising it to bleed and win it, is what we should be doing. But obviously reality tells us top 4 right now is more important than anything else. I think the money involved in the Champions League is massive for Ineos. So, like I was saying before, if you can sell Jadon Sancho now, have that money available for next season, and be in the Champions League for next season, then United can be spending a hell of a lot more money in that next summer transfer window. And maybe, if we have got like the nucleus of a system and a team that works together, and then you can add them more quality players in the next transfer window for Ineos, then that works, and that's how we go forward. So, reality is that it's all on Ten Hag, I know, and we need to provide this season. I think we're going to be harder to beat, for one, and it comes down to us taking our chances and winning. I don't know what that is there. Someone's saying that Ugarte won't be available. They're in no rush to make their deadline. I don't know if that is true. Just double check everything that's going on. We'll keep you updated with everything that's happening in the transfer window as this Europa League palaver and the draw goes ahead. I do believe that he will be available for the game. I think he is registered in time. If everything that Romano said is true, then he is registered. Well, it looks like we're actually ready to go with the draw, guys, here, by the look of it. Everyone is in position, so let's have it then, shall we, UEFA? Who are United going to be playing against? Let's check this news. Right, so Samuel Luckhurst has just come out and said United haven't signed Manuel Ugarte in time for him to be named in the squad versus Liverpool. Club felt it was always a stretch and he would not have been ready to start or play a big part due to lack of minutes during pre-season. Ugarte will not be registered in time to face Liverpool. Okay, that's fair enough then. At least that's put to bed. That has been talking about dragging out a transfer over the sake of a transfer window. My God. But hey, we're not particularly bothered. The deal is done. He probably wasn't going to start. I think everybody realised he wasn't going to start the game against Liverpool. But we're on to the Europa League right now, everybody. If you're just tuning in, that's why I didn't see Dan Ashworth this morning. He is actually over in Monaco for the draw. So we've seen Barada this morning. We've seen Vivel outside of Carrington and Wilcox. Brailsford and Dan Ashworth are representing Manchester United right now. So we're going through the pots. United in pot 1 alongside some big names: Porto, Roma, Ajax, Rangers, Slavia Prague, Spurs, Lazio. And I think that Midtjylland, I think, who are also in pot 1 there. No, Frankfurt, sorry. It's Frankfurt. Pot 2, pot 3, and it just goes down in order. Okay. So you should have exactly the same as what I've got on my screen right now in terms of how this is going down. So, right. So, yeah. Pot 1, pot 2, pot 3. As they draw out the names, they will also draw out when we will play that team, where we will play them, i.e. home or away. They're going through the necessaries right now of like stipulations, like obviously you cannot play a team from the same country, as we've always known. Pot 1 gets drawn out, and then the name of that team is put into the lane, and then the computer draws out who that team then plays in the first 8 games of the league phase. So the explanations look like they're pretty much over, and we're nearly ready to go. We've seen all this with the Champions League yesterday. If you watched that one, you know exactly what's about to happen. It's pretty self-explanatory once it starts going on. It becomes more clear as the draw actually goes forward. Okay, come on then. Yes. God damn it. Get on with it, for God's sake. I mean, they're telling people how this draw is done, basically, just to stop people thinking that it's going to be cheated and it's going to be fixed. Obviously, there was a big palaver about the Carabao Cup draw. And the big teams not playing each other in the third round. I think they're just doing this now to clarify that it is a straightforward, drawn-out first team, and then the opponents just get computerized from there. So, let's just get on with this, shall we? Oh, without any sound, all I can see is like the computer screen just going right across the board here, just going through all of the different unnecessaries. All anyone wants to do is get down to who they're actually playing and know who they're actually playing. Okay, top 4 is less of a priority to get than winning the Europa League. To get top 4, we need 9 points off the above, of the 3 above us, and results to go your way for 38 games. Whereas Europa, is a knockout, and you're in control. Yeah, I suppose you're in control of both, Matt. Cheers for the super chat, mate. It's just I feel like United are probably better equipped for winning the Europa League than we are for finishing top 4. But still, I think United should be winning the Europa League and getting top 4 this season. With the squad that we've got, definitely. Okay, here we go. We are about to start the draw, finally. So, United in pot 1. First hand in the bowl. And let's go. We just need to know exactly who United are getting, and then that's it. We'll wrap things up. So, United. So, Rangers are out first. And now the computer will draw out every single team that they're going to play in the league phase. So he's going to press the big shiny button on the desk, and it's just going to do it doot, and tell us exactly who Rangers are going to be playing. Oh, we've got Rangers have got Tottenham United, Lyon, Olympiacos, Union Malmo. Oh my God, that is a tough draw. The first 2 games have got Spurs at home and United away. So Rangers are coming to town, people. We know one of our games anyway. That is juicy. I'm actually glad that we didn't get Rangers away because, I mean, to be honest, that would have been a good trip, that, actually, for United. But Rangers at home, that's actually a good game. That'll be a sellout. Be a good atmosphere in that one as well. So, yeah, looking forward to that. Back into pot 1 again to draw out the next team. Come on, just give us United. Who is it? Let's see. It's Roma. Okay. Press your big shiny silver button. And let's see who Roma have got. Let's see if we come up in this. Alright, stop talking and press the bleeding button, for God's sake. Nobody cares. Okay. Here come Roma's. Spurs have got Roma as well. Oh, we have actually got away with it. We will not be playing the top seed in the competition, who is Roma. Which is good for us, I suppose. We'll take that. We'll definitely take that. 5 subscribers away from 57k, guys. Can we do it while we're live? If you haven't subscribed and are watching, please do hit that subscribe button as well, guys. Come on. Let's make it happen while we're live. I think it's 5. Is it 5? Yeah, I think it is. Okay. Next name out of the pot is Frankfurt. Okay, so. Yeah, Graham, Rangers at home. That's going to be dicey, isn't it? Remember last time Rangers were in Manchester and what they did to the city centre? Oh, okay. Let's see who Frankfurt are getting. That's pretty straightforward for them. No real drama. United at the moment have only got Rangers out of this draw. Moving on. Come on, stop talking. Let's go again. Let's get United out of this pot so we can get on with it. Oh, 1 subscriber away from 57k. Mental. Get it going, guys. Oh, now it's 2. People are winding me up. Porto are next out of the hat. Who have Porto got? Don't be United. Don't be United. United. So, Porto, we are away at Porto in the first game. Interesting one. Good little away trip, if anything. Tough game, though. So, United's first 2 games have already been laid out. We need to know another 6 now. We won't know that until we're drawn out, I don't think so. First game for United is away to Porto. Second game is home to Rangers. 2 good games there on paper. 2 very good games. So far, so good. Next out of the pot, are we going to get United drawn out finally? Still need Lazio, Spurs, and United, and Ajax to go. And now it is Slavia Prague. Sorry, Slavia Prague as well. So, we know that they can't get United because we've already got 2 pot 1 teams. So, everything for me. So, as it works out, the games now will become a lot easier for United. On paper, anyway. By the way, guys, 57,000 subscribers hit while live. Well done, everybody. Absolutely immense. Love that. Massive effort from everyone. We have been going over the United news in the transfer market. If you have just joined in, we just stayed live. Well, the Europa League draw has been going on. So We're just going through the back end of this. So far, United have only got 2 games. John Lacey, welcome to the Members Club. Gifted by London. Thank you, mate. Okay, the next one out is Manchester United. Here we go. We're about to find out who our other 6 opponents are. Here we go. Come on. So we've got Rangers and Porto, first 2 games. Who are next for United? Come on, baby. Let's go. Press that big shiny round button. That Panathinaikos, Fenerbahce. Right, Jesus Christ. So we've got Glimt from Norway, Fenerbahce. Who the hell are they? God, I'm having to do some searching here for this one. Is that PAOK? Like, seriously, I don't know. I don't know who they are. But they're from Greece, one of the Greek sides. That looks very, very complicated. Let's just round this up now and let's go through everything that we've got. Everyone we've got. I'm sure this will be up somewhere. Let's finalise everything, guys. Bear with us a second. Just going to get everything up so we know what we've got. Actually, I'm still waiting for confirmation of it to come up on my screen right now. I should have screenshot it. Right. Porto's fixtures. Slavia Prague's fixtures. Everyone is so far behind right now. Let's see if anyone has just put it up so we've got the full confirmation. No one is bleeding bothering. Right, bear with me a second. Right, so Manchester United. Right, so we've got Rangers and Porto. Then we've got that Greek side, PAC. Oh, I can't even pronounce it. I need to check into that. Fenerbahce, tough game. We're going to be back to Fred. Then we've got Guild from Norway, Victoria Pilsen, FC20, and then obviously we've got out of pot 4 as well, Football Club FCSB from Romania. A few decent games there for United, I suppose. The ones that stand out, obviously, are the first 2. So, Fenerbahce, tough one. So, we've got Rangers at home. We've got the Norwegian outfit at home as well, which is good for travel. We've got a Norwegian team at home as well. Victoria Pilsen is away. FC20 is at home. Yeah, United have got easily enough to get through this. And I feel like we are in a very, very comfortable league position there. And I think United should easily get this done. And looking at everyone else is there. This should be Erik ten Hag, like I said before, keeping his job till the end of the season. Because as long as Manchester United are in the Europa League, we will be seeing Ten Hag in that dugout. Because it's all about qualification for the Champions League. Right, so that is it, all done. So you're up to date with everything going on. Everything that's happened over the transfer window this morning. Jadon Sancho is edging closer to a move to Chelsea. Ugarte will not feature against Liverpool this weekend. He hasn't been registered in time. United felt like he was going to be a push to even get him in the squad anyway because he's had no pre-season. So no drama there. He will be going away on international duty and we won't see him until probably at the Southampton game when we come back in September. And United have picked out a pretty tasty looking draw in the Europa League phases. Everything will be online for you guys to look at in terms of the draw and everything that's going on. But yeah, that has been your midday show. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Please do like the video on the way out. We're nearly at 600 live likes. We have just gone over 57k. Be part of the FUTV army. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you do hit that bell notification button. It all goes to helping us grow. And thank you again for everybody who's been with us. We've done over an hour there. And we'll be back later on this evening or in between if there's any major updates within this transfer window. But things are hotting up for the season. The window is nearly over. The Europa League draw is made. It's now up for United to get on the pitch and prove what they're worth. Cheers, everybody. I'll see you later on this afternoon.